Hey there people, it's Fresh Mark Sense with another fresh review. Today I'll be checking out 6 head turner fragrances for summer. These are easy to wear, signature scents. Hopefully you'll find one that's great for you. Check it out. First fragrance I want to talk about is a fragrance I love and I use very regularly. Opening up with the juicy bergamot. It has frankincense and the base, a bit of amber wood and a nice bit of pear in the top note. So the mix of bergamot and juicy pear in this, fantastically refreshing throughout the day, a great summer pick. It will turn heads in terms of the fruity note that is picked up. It's reminiscent of almost like apple, but the pear sets it apart with the bergamot because it has that sour and sweet connection mixed with the spiciness of frankincense in the base and the smooth resinous notes of amberwood. I'd say the great thing about this is, without knowing it, the middle note is actually sage. Now it doesn't come off as terribly aromatic and changes the fruity nature of the fragrance, but it almost helps to uplift it with the woods in the base. So I feel that the sage doesn't really get in the way of making it refreshing. It actually uplifts the fruity notes and gives that breath of fresh air in a more natural way rather than just adding patchouli like a lot of other fragrances. So this is refreshing, original, juicy head turner for summer. Check it out. Why by Yves Saint Laurent. The next fragrance I'm talking about is Mancera's Wild Python. Now this is a crazy bottle, by the way. I just have to mention, it's amazing. But it's not really about the bottle, it's about the scent, as I always say. And this has a beautiful neroli and osmanthus opening with a bit of peach and bergamot. So very, very juicy, realistic, refreshing, limey bergamot. The peach note is actually very subtle and lends to the creaminess of the neroli, which is uplifting. It makes you really take a thick, deep breath in, because Sicilia is just quite thick, the cloud, but it's a tuberose scent in the mid, which coming from neroli to tuberose, it has a very full-on, heady, white floral indiolic scent. So that is fantastically uplifting. Originally you smell something that smells a little bit like galbandium, but that is the peach note mixed with the osmanthus. It's the sweetness mixed with the uplifting, thick, heavy white florals of it. And it's intoxicating, but in a light, refreshing, soapy way. So if you like soapy fragrances that are refreshing, clean, and a little bit juicy at the same time with some character, check out Mancera's Wild Python. The third perfume that I'll be looking at is Lacoste L'Homme Intense. Now this opens up with a sour rhubarb, quince, mandarin orange and lemon opening to give that sour fruity and sweet fruity clash that is very important in this fragrance, because it's a running theme, mixing the clash of sour fruits with smooth woods. This is continued in the middle notes of almond, pineapple, jasmine and black pepper. Black pepper gives a little bit of a punch. The ginger note in the mid gives a more aromatic tone and opens to the sweet woody notes in the base. And the almond is almost a middle note where it's not boring, but it's the anchor of the fragrance. There's almond, and around it you've got dancing the sourness of the rhubarb and quince mixed with some pineapple in the mid, which further boosts the citric nature of it. So citric, sour, fruity, and then you have that aromatic ginger, which is not so sharp. It's more of a juicy fresh ginger, more of a candied ginger, not so much of an aromatic ginger to change the fragrance, but it still has that, it still brings up the sourness and sour citric nature of the pineapple. So after a little bit of jasmine to lift it up and give it that signature summer breath of fresh air scent, we go into the base notes. These smooth woody notes, some of them are synthetic, some of them are real. The Nagamotho wood gives a deep ebony wood, grounding, mature wood scent to it, more cozy by the fire, and that is mixed with an Akigala wood note. And Akigala wood is actually a synthetic wooden note. It's a mix of patchouli and agar wood. So agar wood, that oud note, it really doesn't have the ultimate sourness of a real oud, but it has a little bit of the bitterness of the oud that clashes and bookends the fragrance from sour oud at the base and a little bit of sour quince on the top with that rhubarb and lemon top. So all in all, this is a comforting, fresh, refreshing, juicy, citric, sour, smooth, woody fragrance that is perfect for summer. The jasmine in the middle cannot be forgotten with the almond to give a very smooth, long-lasting impression. I'd say this is a head turner because it's very different in its scent profile, and the clash of sour and smooth is intriguing to anyone who would walk by. The longevity on this is about 7 hours. It's a comfortable fragrance. It's a comfortable fragrance in that it does not project. It does not project so much, but it gives you a very comforting, sweet scent cloud. So check that out if you want something fresh in summer. Lacoste Le Homme Intense. Now, moving from the juicy and woody to the full-on fruity Sicily. Now, this has fruity notes of pineapple, orange. It has lemon. I think it's got like 3 different types of oranges or something. It's crazy. But you have fruity notes mixed in there as well as a general note. It has a very slight vetiver and woody note of patchouli, but it's nothing to detract from the general fruitiness of this scent. When I spray it, let me spray on the inside of his jacket. Might as well do 2. You instantly pick up that pineapple and orange juiciness, instantly sending it into a tropical vibe. Very or it almost has watery notes because it's very juicy. You just get the juiciness of the fruit and nothing else. The woodiness of this fragrance is not really there. It's just a backing note to almost contrast all of the fruits on that woodcut chopping board. You know, that's what it smells like, you know, because you definitely get a thick layer of fruity scents. That pineapple, orange, lemon and the fruity notes all together produce something that is mouth-wateringly refreshing. Right now, I mean, my mouth's just watering just smelling it. It's you get the sourness of the grapefruit with the citric notes of the pineapple, and this smells like you're not even in the fruit market. It seems like you just stole all the fruit bowls and just started yamming them down your mouth. I mean, this is just ridiculous. Wow, you're gonna have to try this for yourself because this is a fruity sensation. This is something a little bit out there. If you like fruity scents and you want to get noticed for all of the fruity notes and not smell like a fruit salad, actually be able to smell all the fruity notes that are in here, check out Sicily by Mansura because it's long lasting. I get these fruity notes for about 9 hours and projecting for 7 hours on the skin at least. The next day I smell it. If I wear it at night, I smell it the next day maximum until like midday or something. I'd have a shower before then, whatever, but it would last longer than you'd ever need it. The whole fruity, this is the best fruit scent that I get, that you can actually smell all the notes without it smelling like just a melange of fruit that you can't tell the difference between one and the other. You keep on picking out different notes whenever the wind goes by. I'm on the balcony, so I'm picking up orange on one whiff, pineapple on the other, grapefruit, wow, and it all has a slightly candied nature about it, so it's sweet but not overbearing, but it also has the real bitterness of the orange to give that real zesty feel. So check out Mancera Sicily, my fourth fragrance. Next fragrance is a fragrance that I feel is quite undervalued, a little bit like me. Please subscribe. No, I'm kidding, but I don't use this one enough, and I feel that the vanilla note, the fruity note, and the cognac wood is just so nice as a white floral scent. For this price of about £35 in store, Carolina Herrera Sexy Men 212 is a very underrated sweet vanilla floral fragrance that is so smooth for the price. I think that if you don't have it, you're pretty much missing out. This is a game changer in summer. Great price, great longevity. Longevity is about 7 hours and about 5 hours projection. Fine. Get a decant if you want to spray it on one more time at 5 hours. If you want that scent to last for 10 hours. And at £35 for 100 ml, I think this is a great reach for summer. If you don't have that much cash, this is definitely teenagers too, they can wear it because the florals are not so feminine. It is right bang on unisex. The white florals make it a little bit feminine, but the licorice, vanilla, and it almost has a Dr. Pepper vibe. I don't know, some people said that, but it's that cognac wood with vanilla that makes it so cherry almondly sweet, with the white florals that make it so smooth and alluring. And for the price, I think it's a definite, I think it's a must-have. I haven't mentioned this for a long time, and I haven't appreciated this enough, and I thought that I gotta mention it because it's a winner for summer. Carolina Herrera Sexy Men 212, check it out. Last fragrance is such a winner, it almost sells itself, but for some reason people have not really heard about it. And if you haven't heard about it, Jardin exclusive, fantastic apple candy, nice creamy florals. It has some ambergris in the back that makes it a little bit salty, that leans it more masculine than feminine. But that salt note in the back of the ambergris mixed with the caramel creates a beautiful salted caramel scent with a Jolly Rancher like apple note. Now you would think that this is a very posh bottle or whatever, but this is such a celebratory, fruity, almost very useful fragrance, because the Jolly Rancher sour apple candy note mixed with that caramel and violet to make it very creamy in the base, and it has a smooth powdery nature about it. Not powdery, the smoothness, the powder is completely taken out and it's replaced by this almost whiskey caramel vibe. So definitely check this out. Let me spray this. Oh yeah, by the way, this spray is incredible. Oh my god, the wind went everywhere. Oh, I caught it in my arms. But yeah, that was a Hadouken of fragrance, and it is blasting out everywhere. It went over here, went over here. And it's so heavy that it actually overtakes weaker fragrances. I was wearing this. I shouldn't have sprayed this on the same arm, but this fragrance really doesn't care. It just goes on top and it beast modes it, and the whole fragrance is overtaken by this sweet apple and caramel mix. even if you're wearing something underneath, it would just veto it and lay down its own scent trail. And when you walk by the ciliage of this, firstly, you can smell this from like two meters away, and even when I'm outside I can smell it like 1 meter away. I can actually sort of get attention from like 2 meters away at a bus stop, and somebody will turn around and say, what is that? And then I notice somebody's looking at me, because that's how big the scent bubble is. It's massive, and it's projecting that caramel Jolly Rancher sweetness that is so sweet it cuts through the atmosphere and gets you noticed instantly. It's like a souped up bigger Versace Eros candy, apple and vanilla kind of fragrance. This is candy, apple and caramel. So if you like Versace Eros, you definitely have to check out Jardin Exclusive for that fruity, celebratory, festive vibe with candy, apple, Jolly Rancher. Check that one out, definitely. So that was the mix, and I hope you enjoyed that video. Please subscribe for more content and comment. We're gonna get the fragrance discussion rolling and talking about these fragrances, because if we don't wear these fragrances and project these fragrances every day, people won't know how to stay fresh. So just to recap, we had fruity, zingy, refreshing, unusual fruity scents with a woody base, uplifting white floral scents that are so soapy clean. You get noticed for your clean, fresh and indiolic white floral vibe. This is a juicy, fruity summer scent that will get you noticed and has slight feminine florals in the background, but it's all about that juicy fruit salad in the summer with Sicily. The next one, Jardin Exclusive, apple and caramel with that salty base for that salted caramel and Jolly Rancher apple vibe. A very cheap, summery, smooth cognac wood and vanilla white floral unisex scent at £35. And finally, the juicy bergamot that everybody loves, the freshness of summer mixed with pear for that long-lasting sweet and juicy amberwood and white musk vibe. This is a beautiful fragrance, and I recommend all of them for summer. Tell me what you think, comment in the section, and take care, stay fresh.